I was practicing with one of his coaches, but he was practicing with one of his coaches and having a really bad practice. His coach was pushing him to the limit. And it got to the point where he got frustrated. He even threw a chair. He got into a fight with a kid and everything. It was terrible. He was young, and he wanted to quit. And so what happened was his mama came to practice and, you know, got on him bad. He gave me a call and told me the whole situation. And so I talked to him. I said, Sean, you're gonna have up days and you're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have good days and bad days. But the thing about it is that no matter what, when you start something, you gotta finish it. Because you can't take the, I gotta hear you, you can't take the, all right, now we're gonna move up into high school. I mean, a lot of y'all don't know this, but Sean had a lot of problems in high school with academics. You know, but he was a very, very hard worker. So he would get up at like 5 in the morning, go lift weights, go to school. After school, he would have football practice. After football practice, later on that night, he would have different training for football and basketball that would lead him to not even being able to do his homework. So he would come home tired, exhausted. And when he would come home tired and exhausted, he would do as much homework as he could, eat real quick, and set his clock for 3 o'clock in the morning. Because he knew without academics, he wouldn't be able to complete the dream that he wanted to complete. And also he knew that he couldn't take the easy way out. One more time. Easy way out. All right, bear with me. This all has a circle. It's all going into a circle. All right? So also in high school, you know, Sean won 4 state championships. This is kind of my story. He won 4 straight championships in high school. But during that time, it got really, really hard towards the end. And a national school called IMG wanted to pick him up and have him be on the team because he had a name. And Sean said, you know, I don't want to go to IMG because I'm a Trinity person, and no matter if we win or lose, I don't want to take the easy way out. All right, going on to recruiting. All right, Sean was recruited by schools all over the country, right? And some schools were trying to recruit him with things that were legal and things that weren't legal. He met he met Urban Meyer, he met Coach Combs. They told him that, you know, he sucked and he could do a lot better. They told him that, you know, he can be one of the best DBs in the country. And, but it was packed. We had like 6 DBs in that class. And then they also got Kendall Sheffield from Alabama, transfer from Alabama. And the most kids would be like, look at that and be like, man, that's packed. I can't do that. But Sean said, you know, I want to go to Ohio State, be a Buckeye, and win a championship because I don't want to take the easy way out. All right, we're going to move on. I got like 2 more. All right, so last week, I was going to Chicago for the rally, and some guy on social media, they ended up canceling my ticket. So I had to buy tickets that was like 6 times more than what it was. And I was like, man, I gotta buy these tickets, man, and come here. But I did it. You know, this week right here was a hard week at my job. I got put on a leave because of a situation that has nothing to do with this. And I could have easily said, man, you know what, man, Sean going first round. I don't have to be here. But you know what I did? I came here to support the Buckeyes because I didn't want to do what? All right, so to sum all this up, to get it where it needs to be at, these Buckeye fans are asking the presidents, the commissioners, the Big Ten, Kevin Warren, I got you, Kevin Warren, and everybody who gets paid 6 figures to make sure these kids can play safe and have a chance for a national championship. All right? And we feel as parents, and y'all feel as Buckeye fans, that 2 weeks ago, them trying to cancel the season was the what? Do your job.
I am the president of FPAOS, and we helped organize this. And I just want to say, number 1, thank you all for coming out and helping to fight for a season. I also want to thank my board because, let me just tell you, when this started back in December, when Tamar said, do you want to be president? And I said, well, what do I have to do? oh, it's really easy. You plan tailgates, you get the parents together for the spring game, you go to media day, you get the parents together. I'm like, I mean, I like to tailgate. I think I can probably do that. So I took this job. Then COVID hit, and this has turned into a job that I had never expected. And I think our board can say the same thing, and I really want to thank them because it's been a tireless journey, I would say, in the last 3 to 4 weeks. We have Zoom calls. We have a group text message between all of the board members that you guys would not believe. I mean, how often? I think we text 50 to probably 70 times a day, and I could show it to you on my phone. And you know, we're really out here to fight for these players, fight for you as Buckeye fans, fight for us as parents, and we want transparency. We want to know what happened. We had a schedule August 5th. I was so excited all summer. I was like, oh, what's going to happen with football? The schedule came out. I called Coach Day. I said, okay, what can we do as a parents organization? We had a plan, and then 3 days later, it's like the whole world was dropped out from under us when they canceled it. And we just want that transparency. What happened? What happened from August 5th to August 11th? We think that the commissioner and the presidents of the universities owe that to us as parents. They owe it to you as fans. They owe it to the players. That's what we want. We want that communication. Ultimately, we want to play, right? We should be given the opportunity to compete in the college football playoff and to compete for a national championship. We have the best team out there. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. Somebody from ESPN said they're only fighting because they think they have the best team. Well, we do, right? So let's go. OH.
As I stand here, I'm going to try my best to not get emotional. Because what I have to say is from the heart, and the part of me feels afraid that something I might say might go viral. You know how these kids say that, but I'm going to be careful. Time is more important than money. Let me repeat that again. Time is more important than money. What we're finding out right now, we're finding out about Buckeye Nation. And the truth is, Buckeye Nation is hurting. The United States of America is hurting. Sometimes you ain't angry, you just hurt. So you lash out and you say things. The real world isn't on social media, the real world is right here. "15 minutes ago, I was standing there with my lady Lillian, Monica Johnson, Paris Johnson's mother, and we're just standing there. And Miss Linda just came up to me. And you might say, well, who is Miss Linda? Well, I didn't know who Miss Linda was either until I just met Miss Linda about 10 minutes ago. Miss Linda is standing right there. She has not missed a Buckeye game in 53 years. That's Miss Linda. But let me tell you what Miss Linda did. Miss Linda came over and asked me if she could pray with us. So let me get to it. Help me understand. Help us all understand. I look at these parents. I see them hurt. I see the sacrifices that parents have made for their children. I see the sacrifices that upperclassmen for The Ohio State University have made. I see the sacrifices that the coaches have made. I see the sacrifices, right, that these kids continue to make. And when they came back in June, I'll pull the curtains back a little bit and I'll share with you. Coach Ryan Day on the Zoom call with the parents meeting, he said, I can't guarantee a season, but we're going to do the best that we can. And then, I don't know if you guys remember, but when that schedule came out, was that not the best looking schedule you ever seen in your life? Is it me, or did you look at the schedule and you look at yourself and you look at the schedule and you look at yourself and that was the best damn schedule you ever saw in your life, and 4 days later, right, the season was yanked from us. So I'm going to end it like this. And I always believe in a call to action. And the call to action is this. For the commissioner and the Big Ten, help us all understand. Help us understand why it's okay for you and your family, Mr. Warren, to decide if your kids play football, but it's not okay for me and our parents to decide if our kids play football. Help us understand why it is that you came to us 4 days after the schedule was released. You gave the season and you did not say, well, this is what you need to do, because true leadership tells you what happened, why it happened, and what we need to do better going forward. So I'm going to say again, help us understand. That is the call of action. If there's anything going forward that we can keep repeating, it's just to help us understand. I'm going to end it with this. I think about my son. He's going to be fine. But not all kids will be fine. Not everybody. I think about my mother, who's 77 years old. And I started this speech off by telling you what? That time is more important than money. And I don't know how much time my mama got. To the Buckeye fans, to the families out there who love football, to the families like Miss Linda, who hasn't missed a game in 53 years, to the families who bond over this, to the families who make up after this, to the families and all the fans. The reason why I wanted to join Buckeye Nation is because of this right here. And when you take that away, all I'm asking is to what? Help me understand.
Ohio State has been a leader of the Big Ten forever. We all know that, right? All right. So as parents, we would like to talk to the president, Dr. Johnson, about the situation. And the thing about it, we know Ohio State did everything they could, but we like to be the catalyst for these other schools. So we can talk to our president, they should be able to talk to their president, because there's a lack of transparency going on between everyone.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Teague, Corey Teague, and my son is Master Teague. However, when I think about this situation, I think definitely beyond him, because I get to watch these other guys come to this program and to develop, and the things they get from being together, the things they get. You know, this football is a vehicle that develops character in these young men. It's definitely good for their mental health. It's also a vehicle for them to be able to just progress in life and then be able to also give back to their communities. And so just to see all these different guys, I can start naming names, but I love these guys. And so, I enjoy loving them as well. And so I'm here to fight for them, and just so their futures will be, what the ideal in the sense of what they want. I guess in my life, I like to think about what is true and what is honest. And when I look at this process, and I think about the way it went down and leadership and stuff like that, I think, we can't sit back and just, swallow that. That's hard to swallow. You do your best to, at least I do, I hope we all do our best to, walk a path that is decent. And so, it's just going forward and someone forcing my son and these other men to what I would say live a lie as it relates to this process and understanding the things that can be done. We see it being done. The coaches have been great in communicating with us on how things are being done. My son talks to me about it. I mean, it's just awesome how they were able to put that work in. And hard work, in my world, deserves to be rewarded. And I know that sometimes things we do may not work out well, even if it is hard work, but I definitely, this is just not a clear picture on why we're getting a no. And so I'm searching for a yes. And I think that in the climate that we're in, we can have overreactions and underreactions, and I think canceling the season is an overreaction. And so what we want is a proper reaction, a right reaction. We can do it safely. It's not like we're trying to ignore what's going on. We're not doing that. We're informed in many different ways, and so all we're saying is, let's do this right, and we can move forward and not kick this can down the road and have to deal with it later.
And you have these coaches and the ADs, they're great, but no one totally has the back of the player, meaning like, don't care about wins or losses, don't care about recruiting boards, anything like that. So I like for the parents of the Big Ten Parents United to continue and maybe have a back for these kids in the future. All right, I'm trying to see which Buckeye fan came the farthest. Did anybody come from out of state? From where? Indianapolis? We got anything else? I don't know. All right, you came from Indianapolis. Come up here for a second. I think the person that came to far. What we got? What we got? Come on. Texas, come on. Come on, Texas. Indianapolis, you come up to. What we got? What Texas at? Right? Hello? Oh, come on. All right, I think that the Buckeye fan who spent the most to get up here deserves to talk and say something. So let's do that. Thank y'all for coming. All right?
My name's Mandy, came with my fiance. We're big Buckeye fans. I'm also a Harrison High School graduate. So Justin Fields runs deep in our family and our house up here. We just knew we had to come out. We came from Atlanta, drove up last night, and go Bucks. Go Bucks.
OH! So, I came from Indianapolis because I don't believe that the Big Ten has done anything to support our athletes, our students, and I really believe in everything all these guys are saying. And we just need them to listen to us. And go Bucks.
My name's John. I'm from Texas. And I'm an adopted Buckeye. I got involved about 12 years ago, and I did play Division I when I was younger in college. I swam, and I'm a huge sports fan, and I just think that these guys work way too hard to be shortchanged. I think that part of our commitment and the university's commitment is to make sure that we give them every opportunity to better themselves on the field and off the field. And it's here for the team and for the parents. You guys have done a great job, and I truly appreciate it. And go Bucks!
Hi everyone, I'm Monica Johnson. I'm Paris Johnson Jr.'s mother. First, I would like to thank you all for taking the time to come out and support us and support our boys and support our coaches. We couldn't do it without the coaches, so we appreciate them. But I want to talk about commitment. On my way here from Cincinnati, what God revealed to me was signing day, the day that Paris committed not only to Ohio State, but he committed to the Big Ten Conference. He made a commitment. So where's the commitment from Big Ten to our players? Where's that commitment? That's a binding contract. My son had to sign a contract. So where is his part of that agreement? So that's what we're seeking transparency for. We want to fully understand how they came to this conclusion. We also want to understand why they're not committed to our coaches, why they're not committed to our AD. That conversation should have been had with them so they could have with us. So we are not happy about their level of commitment. Second, G. Scott spoke about leadership. So when you present a problem, I have taught my son Paris and my daughter Sydney, do not come to me with your problem. When you come to me with the problem, you come with a solution. They did not come with a solution. They presented a problem and walked away. So what is the solution? What is the next step? So those are things that we need to know. We committed our kids. We allowed our kids to come here and be a part of this great institution, which we totally support. Paris is a Buckeye and will always be a Buckeye. But the question is, what is the Big Ten's commitment to our sons? And that's why we are here as their parents. We've heard people make negative comments about us as parents. We will always be their parents. We will always support them. We know what's best for our children. So again, that's what we're looking for. Thank you so much for coming out. And again, please continue to not only pray for our boys, but please pray for our coaches. Please pray for Gene Smith. They need the prayers and guidance from God. Thank you.
And challenge for the championship. Period. Say football, but we want to play. We want to play. We want to play. There we go. All right, I'd like to say again that the Parents Association would definitely like to be the head starters of all the other teams in the Big Ten and have a conversation with our president. So I like to thank the media for always supporting our movement, and that's the next thing for us. We need to talk to the president and just get some insight of what went on our part. And the thing about it, Ohio State is the leader of the Big Ten, so it shouldn't be an issue. So if we can do that, other schools can get transparency and see what's going on in their schools also. So, I mean, I just like to thank everybody for coming out from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to turn it over to the president, Amanda. Y'all give her a round of applause.
Back up here again. No, like Randy said, thank you all for coming out and supporting us. You know, keep the pressure up. I know everybody's probably following us on Twitter. Send a letter to the president. Send a letter to the Big Ten. Send him an email. Say, we want a season. We want to play. We want a chance to compete for the Natty, and I think we can win that thing. So thank you again for coming out. We love you all. OH.